Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at an older Lego train set. This is Lego 60051 high-speed passenger train. The set contains 610 pieces and was released slash available in stores between 2014 and 2018, I believe. So roughly 7 to 11 years old. And this is a set that I've had for a while in our collection, but I hadn't had the opportunity to build it. Happy to get it built though and added to our train roster out in the Lego layout. I think it'll be a great addition there, continuing to work my way through all the different Lego train sets over the years. Don't know that we'll be able to add all of them to our collection, eventually, but would like to get as many added as possible. Love the coloring of this one, very distinct from the red version that we have as well, that you've probably seen running around the layout. This is from the Power Functions era. Love the fact that the set comes with the Power Functions controller, IR receiver, the battery box, and the train motor. So I've gone through and motorized the train, and we will, before the end of the video, show it running around the layout here. One thing that I didn't build as part of the set, I did not build the little map and platform area and the two train crossings. I'll keep all the parts around and the stickers for that, and maybe we will find a good opportunity to make use of those. But for now, I felt like the train was the part to build, and that it was going to be, the other parts were not going to be used in the short term, so better to just keep those parts and stickers for future use. Now, let's take a look at the finished build. Now you'll see, first off, we've got the one minifigure, the conductor slash engineer for the train that will drive the train. Love this minifigure. Love that torso print. A great addition to the collection. Now, as you can see from the built final version of the train here, and you could probably see this from the box as well, there are the two ends for the train, one motorized, one not, and then the one train car that will be pulled in the middle. I like the fact that the set comes with the two end cars, having, this is the sort of train that when you see it in real life, it's got both ends with an engine or locomotive on it to pull it in either direction. So I think it's cool that out of the box you get those two engines. Now, one train car, little sad. I would like to extend the middle part of this train and also our red version of this train as well, to maybe have more like 3, 4, 5 train cars. I think that would be cool to lengthen it out, would look a bit more impressive and like the high-speed trains that you see in Europe, or it's even a little bit like what you see in Japan, not quite, but I love this style of train. I think it is cool, and I think it'll look a lot more impressive if we're able to build out that middle part. I've got a number of the base plates here, not really base plates, but the sort of base that you can build train cars off of. Kind of curious. I haven't looked into it yet, but I'm wondering from, that base, how hard it would be to, and I guess how hard and how expensive it would be to acquire all the parts just for the middle car there, to build out some more copies of that. It wouldn't really make a lot of sense, I don't think, to buy multiple extra copies of the entire set, because you only need, really the the two locomotive cars. You don't need to keep getting those parts over and over again, but they do include the windows, which, like I said, we'll just have to kind of see what the pricing is like on that. But I love these dark windows. I think they look really impressive on the both the middle train car and on the locomotive ends. So that's one thing I'm going to look into. Like I said, I'd like to get this train up to, 4 or 5 train cars in the middle being pulled if possible. It probably means we'll need to look into adding a second motor to the train, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But overall, love the look of this. Definitely, obviously, a different look from the types of train cars and locomotives that we build and have around our layout, the more realistic versions. But, there's a definite place for this, and I love the look of it. I think it'll be a great addition to the collection. Looking forward to having it out and around the layout. And, like I said, would like to be able to, over time, continue to add to our Lego train collection to eventually span most, if not all, of the different train cars that have been available, train cars, locomotives that have been available over the years. I think that would be cool, and it's interesting to see kind of the evolution of the Lego trains over the years. Now, like I mentioned, this set came with the train motor, the IR receiver, the battery box, so everything's set to go in there. We've also got the remote, which I won't use in the short term because we've got a whole bunch of those remotes already, but nice to get everything in the one box to run this train and put it through its paces. Nothing else that needs to be acquired. Also, the set came with more of the Lego curved track. This is going to go into our giant bin of this particular type of curve. Would like to find a use for it one day. Contemplated some different designs for buildings that could make use of this, but this curve track, not something that we use a lot of. And I'd already taken the straight track out of the set to use for some track around our layout. So unfortunate, I guess, in some ways to get more of this track. We definitely do need to find a way to use it and, put it to work rather than having it continue to build up in our collection. But still a great addition, I think. Like I said, I think it's cool when Lego sets like this have all the parts required to motorize and run the train. So it's just kind of an all-in-one experience out of the box. Now let's head over to the layout and put this through its paces around the recently reassembled main layout here. So we have it running on the outside mainline track, running really smoothly, and with just the motor pulling 2 cars there, it can move pretty fast. It's fairly unburdened, but really cool to see it running around. We've currently got our red version, which is quite similar up there on the elevated layout. But like I said, would really like to be able to extend both of those trains out to include, 3 to 5 at least cars in the middle. I think that extra length would look really cool. Like I said, might require an extra motor to make that comfortably happen, but something that I'm going to look into. And we'll see if we can figure out a reasonable way to build multiples of those without buying multiple copies of the set. Like I mentioned, I've got the train car base that I can use for building out those train cars. So it's just a question of how easy it is to come by the various parts that go into making up that middle train car. I think it would also be nice to get some variety in the train cars too, if possible. I think it would be neat to have an observation car, maybe like sort of double stacked, some nice roof, windows up near the top of the car there. Some things that we'll look into. Should be doable. In fact, I'm sure that somebody has already done something and posted it out on Bricklink, not Bricklink, Rebrickable. So we'll take a look and just see what some of the options are for extending those trains out. But like I mentioned, just nice to add another piece of Lego train history to the collection. And nice to have another motorized train that can move around the layout. This is one that I've had in the collection for a while, but just hadn't built. So nice to get it fully assembled and out on the layout where even if we don't run it a lot, we can still have it on display. So, really happy with the set, happy with how it's performing here. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.